Big up everyone. I hope we are well. The Liverpool Prophet live with another live stream. I was actually taking a day off, guys. Today was actually going to be my day off where I relaxed and I just do something else. And I was going to come live again tomorrow, but with the circumstances that have happened with the news that has broken, it's only right that we come on and we do a stream and discuss everything. So, guys, the news that I think a lot of us expected, the news that I think a lot of us, well, we knew was going to happen. I think a lot of us expected that this would happen, and this was on its way. But I just didn't expect it to happen yet. I just did not expect it to happen yet. But it has broken today, literally about an hour ago, that Mohammed Salah has announced he will leave Liverpool at the end of the current season. Again, a shock that it's come now. I expected it would come later on in the season, maybe. Part of me was hoping maybe he'd stay. Maybe he'd stay. But I think, look, it's the correct decision, isn't it? It is indeed the correct decision. We have to move on. We have to move on from it. And today, gonna come live, gonna discuss it all, and of course, we're gonna celebrate Mohamed Salah's time at Liverpool. Look back on a couple of goals he scored. Look back on our favourite Salah moments, and discuss everything Mohamed Salah related for tonight. It's a celebratory stream. I don't want to make it sad. Look, I know a lot of people are upset about this. That's not me. I want to make it upbeat. I want to make it positive. I want to celebrate his tenure at Liverpool, not sit here, be downbeat, and cry about it. But big up to the chat, man. I see some people in here. Big up, Abdul. Hope you are, Abdul. Big up, everyone. How are you? I'm good, my friend. I hope you are well as well. Smash the likes and subscribe. Big up to you, man. Appreciate that. Mohamed Salah is going to leave in the summer. He'll never walk alone. He is going to leave us, Abdul, but he'll always be a legend, man. He will always be a legend. The legend himself. Big up my brother, Nighttime Kid. Don't cry, boy. You will see him on the replay. Here we go. Here he comes to try and rat on me. And big up Dan Chum as well. Appreciate you being in, brother. Look, like I said, I expected the news would break, but not on my day off, man. Not on my day off. When I was gonna have a day off, I was gonna do some other stuff around the house today, some other stuff out and about. This has to break when I'm doing a day off. So naturally, with it breaking, I had to come on and I had to do a live stream. Big up my brother Vids, man. Big up to my brother Vids. Make sure you sub to my brother. Make sure you sub to my brother Vids. Another one of the fellowship of the realist, big brother. Salah was a player still. He was indeed, man. He was indeed. And yeah, the news broke from, I believe it was Fabrizio Romano who reported it, but and Nighttime Kid, the legend that he is, has already dropped in the link for Vid's channel. So I'm gonna pin that. People, make sure you sub to my brother Vid. Make sure you sub to my brother Vid. And Nighttime Kid, I can't lie, boy, you're very quick to put these links in, man. Big up yourself. So the news broke at around 6 p.m. today. It did come from Fabrizio Romano first, but yeah, I can't find Fabrizio Romano's post on X, so I'll just show you guys what 433 have said. So 433 have posted this out. Yeah, big up to Nighttime Kid, man. Big up. So 433 posted that Mohamed Salah will be listening to you in the back. Feel like I'm starting to get a flu. No worries, Viz, bro. No worries at all. Hope you do start feeling better. Appreciate you still watching in the back though. But yeah, big up, Viz, man. Hopefully you start feeling better soon. So 433 posted this. Official, Mohamed Salah confirms he's leaving Liverpool at the end of the current season. He's played a total of 435 games for Liverpool, 255 goals, 122 assists, and his trophy cabinet. Oh my God. Look at this trophy cabinet, people. A Champions League, 2 Premier Leagues, a UEFA Super Cup, a FIFA Club World Cup, an FA Cup, 3 Carabao Cups, and an English Super Cup. A Liverpool legend, the Egyptian king. Indeed, man. Indeed. And there is Mohamed Salah right there. So yeah, news that was not expected, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, hopefully Vids feels better, man. I'm glad you're feeling better as well, Nighttime Kid. I'm very glad you're feeling better. I know you were feeling a bit sick the other day too. We'll be there for full-time vibes. We'll get some sleep before the stream. Okay, Vids, no problem, man. Hopefully you rest up. Decent stats. Very, very good stats, to be fair, man. But I don't really look at the stats. What I'm looking at more so is the trophy record, man. I mean, yeah, people will say that's not a lot. But look, I mean, that is still very impressive, man. He's won one of everything. Literally. Carried us to that Premier League title last year as well. On his backside. So, he deserves every bit of respect he gets, man. So every bit of respect he gets. Apologies, Vid. Yeah. My bad. What was it? My head's all over the place. The English Super Cup is the dinner. Yeah, the dinner plate, the Charity Shield. My head's all over the fucking place, man. Apologies, man. I've been lying in bed for most of the day, so yeah. Thank you for sorting that out for me. Oh my god. Ugh. Wake up, man. Wake up, Prophet. But yeah, people. That's Mohammed Salah's record at Liverpool. As a player. So the news broke, and a lot of Liverpool supporters are sad about this, as am I. But when I try and take that out, I look at it and think, okay, this is probably the correct decision. It's probably the correct decision. Mohamed Salah's getting on. He's 34 years of age currently, coming on to 35. I think we all knew that there was only so much more he could do at the highest level and so much more he could do at Liverpool. I don't think anyone would have expected the downfall to have happened, though, the way it has this season. Don't think anyone would have expected him to have dipped as much as he has this season. But it's life, man. This type of stuff happens, doesn't it? Not a trophy, no matter how much Lego Head tries to claim it's one. Yeah, we don't count the community shields, man. Question: is Van Dijk a bigger legend than Salah? They both are, but I think I'd probably have Salah higher than Van Dijk. Personally, in my opinion, I would have Mohamed Salah as a higher legend than Virgil van Dijk. However, if people do argue Virgil van Dijk, I've got no issues with it. I personally feel Mohamed Salah is a bigger legend. So yeah, he's leaving. The Egyptian king is off on his way in the summer. Like I said, I thought the announcement would come maybe towards the end of the season. Maybe with 3-4 weeks to go. Maybe late April, early May, when I thought it would break. But Mohamed Salah, credit him. He's gotten in front of it and he's broken it now during the international break. Like I said, correct decision. I feel like there's a lot of drama going on at the moment. We don't know what's going to happen with the manager situation. A couple other players in the team, we don't really know what's going to happen with them either. So, again, with what happened with Slot and Salah as well in back in November, early December, with the whole after the Leeds game when they had the whole bust up, there was a lot of tension. There's just been a lot of tension in general around the whole club this season. Let's be honest, not just Mohamed Salah. All over the club, there's been tension, question marks. What's going to happen? Who's going to go? Who's going to stay? Who's going to be brought in? So there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. A lot. So this begs the question, then, people: what next? Who replaces Mohamed Salah as the next? Get the fuck out of here! I don't kidding. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. The guy's an interim coach for starters. He's not even a proper coach. But yeah, begs the question now: where do Liverpool go from here? Because look, we can't sit around and do nothing. We cannot sit around and do nothing, because if we sit around and do nothing, let's be honest, we'd be absolute idiots. We would be absolute idiots. We have to replace Mohamed Salah this summer. We have to go bring in another right winger. Who that's going to be, who that could be, I don't know. I genuinely don't know who that could be. But we have to replace him. No one's going to really put up the numbers that he did. The numbers that Mohamed Salah put up for us over the years. No one's going to be able to replicate that, really, if we're being honest. So you got to try and get the next best thing, the next youngster in the market. Whether that's, I don't know, a Diomande and an Elise, hypothetically, you've got to get someone. We have to go out there and get someone. Can't just sit around and do nothing. Like I said, big decision for the club here. I remember when Klopp left. Klopp did an announcement as well around this time in 2024 when he left. So again, Salah's gotten out in front of it. I don't think he would have been able to keep this hidden anyway. I remember when Klopp did his announcement, and he pretty much said the reason he did it was because there's no way he would have been able to keep it. He would have been able to keep it hidden. It would have come out some way. So credit to him, and credit to Salah as well. And another thing, a lot of players would stay at the club, leech off the club, just take the money. He's not going to do that, and he's not doing that because he can see himself that his energy levels aren't there. He's not the same player that he was down the years. He's not. So he's made the correct decision. He's made the correct decision here. And as much as it's going to hurt, as much as it is going to hurt, it's something that we're just going to have to live with. You know what I'm saying? It is something we are going to have to live with. Get Frank. Enzo seems like he's leaving Chelsea soon. Are you talking about Enzo Fernandez, yeah? I've seen him being linked with Real Madrid. I have seen Enzo Fernandez being linked with Real Madrid. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, ooh, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting news that broke today. The question is, where do Liverpool go from here? Where does our season go from here? Because for me now, I was kind of coming to terms with Madrid have too much overrated players already. They do, to be fair, not Tom Kid, they do indeed have a lot of overrated players. You know, they do a lot. But yeah, the question begs, what happens from here, people? What happens from here? Where does Liverpool season go? Because I remember when Klopp did his announcement, and it was at a time where Liverpool was still in the title race, and we were still doing relatively well. The announcement came. There was talk of, is this going to benefit the team? Is this going to demoralise the team? And it pushed us on, to be fair. I know at the end we did kind of fall over the hurdle, but it did push us on. You know what I'm saying? Could we have a similar effect now? Could this Salah news maybe, just maybe, galvanise the boys, galvanise the team, and push us towards having a good end to the season and winning something? You know, the fact that Mohammed Salah could finish his Liverpool tenure this season with no trophy just doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't, because look at what the man's done for us down the years. Look at what the man has done for us down the years. Look how hard he's worked to get where he is. You know what I'm saying? He can't end without a trophy. You know, he gave us all this, and we're going to give him this in return in his last year. This doesn't sit right. The players have to motivate themselves. The team has to get motivated, and we have to make this a good season now. Now, I'm locked in. Before, I'd accepted that we weren't going to win the Champions League. We weren't going to win the FA Cup. We were going to go trophyless. Now, fuck off. I'm locked in. We have to try and win that Champions League. We have to try and win that Champions League. Send him out on something big. We have to, man. Because I don't think I could stomach it if he went trophyless in his last season. Enzo ain't great. He's trash. He is trash, man. He is. Plus, he's not exactly the nicest person either. If you know, you know. Get Diomande. He said he's a Liverpool fan. That's why he turned us down. Yeah, Diomande is someone that Liverpool have been linked with a lot. But I look at it like this, yeah. Send him out with his bags. I look at it like this with Diomande. Age-wise, he's relatively young. He's a relatively young player, so that's his plus. We could have him for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Thing I would say though is the goals that Mohamed Salah gave us and scored. Can Diomande put up those numbers? I'm sorry, I don't think so. I don't. And this is kind of why I feel like in the summer we did sign Alexander Isak to an extent. I felt with the signing of Alexander Isak this summer that was made, it did feel like the club were kind of moving away from Mohamed Salah. It did feel like they were moving away from him. The goals that Salah scores for us, I feel that Isak was brought in to make up for them numbers when Mohamed Salah did eventually leave, as he is now. So dare I say it to an extent, Alexander Isak is that Mohamed Salah replacement. I don't think so. How can you replace a winger? I'm talking about replacing him as a goal scorer, his output. Obviously, as a winger, you have to bring someone else in to replace him. But in terms of output, in terms of goals, Isak does bag a lot of goals, or he did at Newcastle. So there's a thought process that I feel could happen. Maybe they brought him in to make up for them numbers when Mo eventually did hang up the boots, as he has done now with his announcement. The issue is, I want to say I trust our board after the summer we had, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I can trust them with something as big as this, because this is the first time a legend has actually departed, other than Klopp, but Klopp's a manager, so it's different. It was easier to do. This is Mohamed Salah, a Liverpool icon, one of our greatest ever players. How are they going to replace him? How are they going to go into the market and look for the replacement? And are they going to pick the right replacement? Or are they going to fuck it up? Because they've never had to do this. They've never had to do this, ever. In recent years, should I say. So how would they do this? Okay, Diomande's on 10 goals and 6 assists in 26 matches. Yeah, I haven't looked at much of his stats. To be fair. I haven't. Gerard Bow get Rodrigo after the World Cup potentially. Oh yeah, for me, Salah's a big. Apologies, Vitch. For me, Gerrard's a bigger legend than Salah. Yeah, but Mohammed Salah for me is my top. I'd have him in the top 5 for sure. But yeah, I would say Gerrard. I think for Gerrard, it was the loyalty that did it for me. Not to say Mohammed Salah's not loyal because he's been extremely loyal as well. But Gerrard was loyal because he stuck with us in some dark times, man. You know, if Gerrard had played in a decent, if you put Steven Gerrard in the Liverpool team from last season or the title-winning side from back in 2019, even if the Champions League winning side, he would have absolutely cooked. The fact that he stuck with us through the dark period and he didn't turn away, he didn't leave and abandon us. For me, that puts him on a higher pedestal than is Mohamed Salah, personally at least. But people will disagree with that. Some Liverpool fans will. I would personally still have Steven Gerrard higher up in terms of legendary status. And guys, make sure you do sub to Vidge's regular channel as well, where he does his watch alongs, Arsenal related stuff and football related stuff as well. So yeah, people. There's a couple of names that I look at in the market and then I think, okay, they'd be very good replacements. Now, I'm not on the whole Elise hype train. I'm not. When I say that, I don't mean I'm not trying to say he's not a good player. He's a great player. I just don't think he will leave Bayern Munich. Is what I'm trying to say. I just don't see it happening. I feel like Bayern Munich are in a healthy position in the Bundesliga. They're in a healthy position in the Champions League currently, and for years to come, they're going to be in a healthy position because they're going to be winning trophies regularly in the German league, and they're probably going to be doing well in Europe as well. You know, he's going to be competing, and he's playing with some very good players there as well. We all talk why would he leave Bayern when, especially coming to us, when as much as I hate to say it, we are in uncertainty at the moment. We're in a very, very uncertain position on where the future is headed for us, and you know where we're going to go in the future, whether we're going to be up here, down here. It's very uncertain. So I don't think Michael Elise would want to risk that. So that kind of rules him out for me. Never say never, of course, but I just don't see him wanting to make the move from Bayern to Liverpool, especially with what's happening at Liverpool this season and that. Get Odegaard for 8. I don't know who that is, Nighttime Kid. I don't know who that is, bro. You're gonna have to let me know who that is. Bro, if you rate us, we'll be okay. Take Van de Ven, get Odegaard, and take Poro. I don't know who Odegaard is, bro. You're gonna have to. I'm not sure who you're on about when you say Odegaard. But yeah, like I said, a lot of players would leech. They would have leached, and they wouldn't have left because I know a lot of players especially in today's modern era, they're for the money. A lot of them are for the money. All they care about is money, 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 money. And Mohamed Salah easily could have been one of those players. He could have easily thought, okay, I'm going to just stay for the money. You know, I'm going to leech off the club and I'm going to spend my last 2 years just soaking up the dollar. And to be fair to him, he didn't do that. You know, he showed he has morality. He shows he has loyalty. And again, he himself, I feel, knows that it's the right thing to do. He knows it's the right thing to do. And again, down the years, a lot of people have said to me he was going to leave Liverpool. He was linked with Madrid a lot in his early days. I never expected him to be the last one standing, I'll be honest. I genuinely never expected he would be the last one standing. I felt when we had the front three of Mane, Firmino and Salah, I thought he'd be the first one to leave, if I'm being honest. I thought he was nailed on to be the one who goes, and they're the ones who end up staying. And fast forward 8-9 years later, he's the last one standing. And again, he showed his loyalty, didn't he? He showed his loyalty in the sense of could have easily gone somewhere else, you know, left Liverpool. But he didn't. He didn't, man. He stayed loyal to us. And it shows that we mean a lot to him. The fans mean a lot to him. The club means a lot to him. And again, it's just loyalty. It's something that you can't buy in a modern game nowadays. You can't buy it. You can't buy it because a lot of players, like I said, are for the money. They are for the money. And Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk are two, dare I say, rare occasions where they actually care about the club as a whole, and they don't just care about the dollar that they're going to get. They just don't care about the dollar that they're going to get. And yeah, get Mane on loan. That ship sailed, but Mane, he's too old now, to be fair. Nighttime Kid, he's too old to come back to Liverpool. Get the players more back. Yeah, we can't bring Mane back. Big up Gavin. Big up my brother Gavin. Hope you are well. Appreciate you being in. I'm still standing better than I ever did. I'm not sure what that means. Nighttime kid, please elaborate. Big up to Gavin, of course. Big up, big up, big up, big up. But yeah, very, very important decisions to be made on this for the club in the summer now. Very important. What are we gonna do going forward? I did say I felt we were gonna lose Mo at the end of the season. I just had that feeling. I had that vibe that it was time to say goodbye. It was time to depart, and it's the correct decision. It is the correct decision, and I stand by that. As much as it does hurt me to say it, it is the correct decision. But the point remains now is how do we bounce from this now? Will we will we push on and have a decent end to the year? Will we, or will we just fall further and further down the chain? Because look, we're in a bad position at the moment. Let's not sugarcoat it. We are in a shit position league wise, Champions League wise, and FA Cup wise. When you look at who we've got in the FA Cup and the Champions League, and when you look at our league games coming up after the break, we're in a fucking shit position. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So we need to fucking kick on now. In Jurgen's last season, in Klopp's last season, we only won a fucking Carabao Cup. We only won a Carabao Cup in Klopp's last season when he deserved so much more. He deserved to go out with that league title, and we let him down. The players let him down. I don't want history to repeat itself in that sense of the word. I don't want us to be sat at the end of the season when Salah leaves, when he does his farewell, and be sat here thinking, okay, we've gone trophyless. We didn't even send him out with something nice. I don't want history. I genuinely, fuck's sake. Apologies, people. I'm just looking for more quotes and stuff to look so I can bring it to you guys. Oh man, here we go. And apparently, guys, this is the when I sat here and when the news broke, I was like, okay, yes, we're letting him go, but at least a big if, big at least we're gonna get some dollar for him. It looks like he's leaving on a free transfer, guys. From what Fabrizio Romano reported, he's leaving on a free transfer, so we're not even gonna get no dollar for him. Which that's pissed me off the most. I think that's pissed me off the most. What I said was a part of a song in the cartoon singing Salah is the only one standing. Okay, Nighttime Kid. Okay, bro. At least you've seen a League Cup, never seen one club. Hasn't won in 32 years. I hear that, Vids. I hear that is tough. I hear that, bro. I hear that. But yeah, as for some quotes here, if I just bring them up, let me just clear some notifications over here. Someone's who the fuck keeps? Can you stop? I hate when I'm streaming and people just. Apologies, people. But yeah, Diomande, like Nighttime Kid said, could be a decent option to look at. But does anyone else feel that he's just nailed on to go to the Saudi Pro League, though? Does anyone else feel like Mohammed Salah is just nailed on for the Saudi Pro League? Because I certainly feel like that. I certainly feel like he's just nailed on now for that Saudi Pro League spot. I genuinely do. Especially if Ronaldo leaves there at the end of the season, which, again, is very, very possible. Cristiano Ronaldo could very much leave the Saudi Pro League. Nah, Vidge, it wasn't your guy. It wasn't you guys. It wasn't you guys, bro. It was on Instagram and TikTok. You know, it was on Instagram and TikTok, man. Just people asking me to collaborate on videos. I don't want to collaborate with you guys. People on Instagram I'm talking about. Doing you like how they did Trent? I don't. Well, you lost Trent and Salah for $0. I think this is a club decision, to be fair, with the Salah thing. You know how bad it is. I've seen Spurs win that fucking trophy. Had four final losses in that competition. It's crazy, Vids, man. It's crazy. You have had to suffer, bro. You have had to suffer. Good evening, Wahaha. Good evening, AFC always. Appreciate you being in as well. Salah's leave football's left him sadly. Yes, bro. It has left him sadly. I've got some quotes here that, quite frankly, just upset me, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Big up. Make sure you do sub to Wahaha, people. Big up yourself. And make sure you do sub to AFC always as well. Big up to all of you. So some quotes here that I've got from Mohammed Salah's farewell interview, because he did post a reel out on Instagram saying goodbye and that. And yeah, man, it just goes to show how much of a legend he is. He put this out, and again, oh, man, this is what he said. This is how he started the interview off. So he said here, I'll just zoom in. Where is it? Here we go. Mohammed Salah's quotes. I wanted to start by saying that I never imagined this club, this city, these people would become part of my life. Liverpool is not just a football club. It's a passion, it's history, it's spirit. I can't explain it to anyone not part of this club. Again, he just gets it, man. He just gets what it means to represent our club. He just gets what it means to put on that Liverpool shirt and walk out with it on. I mean, the definition of someone really, really unique. Just gets it, man. Just gets it. He just understands. Me, Gavin, and AFC has always had to suffer these two legends more than me. I'm younger than them. I hear it, Vid. I hear it, bro. Hopefully, you do see something this season, though. What have Arsenal won in Europe? Not taking the Mick Vid. Well, that is taking the Mick ball, to be fair. They're not the best club in the Prem, night, Tom Kid. Arsenal aren't the best club in the Prem. Cup winners, cup, and I think Cup winners. What the fuck? Cup winners, cup, and I think the Intercity get. Right, Vidge. Okay, apologies, I didn't read that right. My bad. Agent Arteta, man. Salah to the left on a high winning the Premier League, but what's not to say you could win the. Yeah, exactly. We got to send him out with something. We have to sub him out with something, people, guys. We have to sub him out. Send him out with something, should I say. Appreciate that, wahaha. So, yeah, these are his quotes here. I like this one as well. This was something nice that he said as well that stuck with me. That's not what I wanted to do. I'll just bring this up. Where is it? Here it is. This is what I liked a lot. As you said, yeah, we won the most important trophies. We fought together through the hardest times of our lives. Obviously, when he's referring to the tragedy that happened in the summer regarding Diogo. I want to thank everyone who was part of this club throughout my time, especially the teammates, past and present, and to the fans. I don't have enough words. The support you showed me to the best time of my career, and you stood by me in the toughest times, is something I will never forget, and something I will take with me always. And there's obviously when Salah won his first major trophy with us back in 2018, Champions League. Again, he just knows what to say, man. It's a lot like when Jurgen announced he was leaving. I think Jurgen just knew exactly the right words to say, the exact words to say. So what a man, what an absolute man. Big up him. Get Esteval. I don't really want Esteval, to be fair, bro. First cup and the cup winners' cup. I felt the same when Sean left. I hear it now, Tom Kid. I hear it, bro. Thank you. I wasn't sure if I got my name right. But none of the Arteta quote know about the club winning those. Probably not, Vid. Probably not. But yeah. Again, he's just what a man. What a man. We won the most important trophies. We fought together through the hardest times of our lives. That's just Liverpool Football Club, isn't it, guys? Do the highs, do the lows. We just stick with each other. You know what I'm saying? We've had to endure some tough periods. You know, we went 30 years without winning a league. We've had to endure some really tough periods. You know, we had a year where during COVID where we had a lot of off the field issues when Jurgen's mother died, when Alisson's father died. We've had to deal with a tragedy this summer gone with Diogo, unfortunately, also dying. And we've stuck together throughout it all. It's not been an easy season. By no means has it been an easy season. It's been a very poor season by our standards. And again, at the beginning of a season, my hopes were that we would win the league again and we would win something in Europe, the Champions League, preferably, as we were in that competition. The fact that, like I said, he could be going out this season with nothing, with no trophy, just doesn't sit well with me. Which is why I'm adamant we need to really kick on in Europe now. adamant we have to kick on in Europe and win that Champions League. I really hope the team lock in, man, for him. I really hope the rest of the team lock in for him for the remainder of the season and make it something, at least something to remember. And when he looks back on it, Esteval would thrive at Liverpool. He would, but I'd imagine Chelsea would fleece us for the price, bro. I'd imagine they want a lot of money. But I understand what you're going through. I felt the same when Vieira, Henry, Perez, and Youngberger. Yeah, Viz, obviously you've lived through a lot more than I have. Obviously you've lost a lot of legends there. Vieira, Henry, Perez, Lundberg. Yeah, man. I do hear it. It's tough, man. Because look, to be fair, the saddest I've ever felt as a Liverpool fan was probably when Klopp announced he was leaving. I've seen us lose players. Even now, I'm sad, but I'm not as sad as I was when Klopp left. And when Klopp left, I was genuinely, really, really gutted. While I'm upset now, I don't think anything will ever beat that feeling. And of course, the tragedy that happened in the summer as well really, really broke a lot of people, and myself as well. Esteval and Rio on the wings, potentially. Prophet, I'm going to send you a video of an unknown player. He's a very promising talent. I'll have a look at it, Rich. Please do send me it over. I will definitely have a look at it. But here, we won the most important trophies. We fought together through the hardest times of our lives. Big up Salah, man. Big up to Mo. This begs the question as well, what happens with him for the remainder of the season? Does he now get to start? Does he stay on the bench? Does the manager give him starts week in, week out? What happens now? What happens with Mo for the remainder of the season? Rio, Isak, Hugo, Esteval, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Kerkez, Kanate, Van de Ven, Frimpong, Allison. Thank you, Vidge. I will definitely check that out. I'm not going to be on for too long, people. I'm only going to be on for 15 minutes at the max. This was only a reaction video. I had to do it with the news that broke. Couldn't wait till tomorrow. But yeah. And of course, Liverpool have posted it out as well, people. Liverpool have posted it out. Here we go. This is what Liverpool posted out about 10 minutes ago. Here he is. The football club have put it out. Mohammed Salah is set to bring down the curtains on his illustrious career with Liverpool Football Club at the end of the 25-26 season. The time to fully celebrate his legacy and achievements will follow later in the year when he bids farewell to Anfield. That first game back, I think we play Fulham at home after the break in the league at Anfield. It's going to be a very emotional one. It's definitely going to be a very emotional one. But I don't want to come on here and be sad. I am upset, but I want to celebrate more so. I want to celebrate more. So look back on a couple of Salah moments that we've had with him down the years. A lot of key goals he scored for us. A lot of clutch moments he's popped in up for us as well. And I just want to talk about that, man, because, wow, we've had someone really, really special and gifted at our football club. I know a lot of people don't rate Mohamed Salah as a pure all-round player, which, to be fair, neither do I as much. But this is a man who didn't get the rubber green at Chelsea, was a Chelsea reject, was not wanted by Jose Mourinho, was pretty much sent out to the Serie A with Roma. And he worked his absolute backside off to get to where he is as a player, to get to where he is as a footballer, worked his way right back up the food chain and got himself to Liverpool and cemented himself with us for the last 8-9 years as not only a Liverpool legend, but a Premier League legend as well. You guys have to either win the FA Cup or the Champions League, send him off with a win. For me, Vidge, it's got to be the Champions League, bro. It's got to be something big. I just want him to just get that feeling. I mean, if he'd left last year after winning the league, that would have been perfect. I think a lot of people will agree that would have been a perfect send-off. But is what it is. He signed a new contract. He was originally supposed to do 2 years this season and next season, but he's not going to do next season now. He is gone at the end of this season. Champions League, win that Champions League, and we send him off as a legend. These mutants don't know the history of our football club. Sophie from Highbury Squad said Henry has never played at the Emirates Stadium as an Arsenal player. Jesus Christ, man. Some of you lot are absolutely... Some of AFC always sees a moron. He was the first captain at the Emirates. Some of these Arsenal fans are weird, man, I swear. This is why I'm glad that you lot are the real Arsenal fans. The genuine ones, because imagine saying Thierry Henry's never played at the Emirates. I mean, good Lord above, man. How dumb and thick do you have to be? How dumb and thick do you have to be? I mean, the end of an era, people. It is genuinely the end of an era. it starts with Salah, and then Van Dijk and Alisson will be next. As you can see, I remember this front three very, very, very well. You know, in my younger days, I remember this front three: Salah, Mane, Firmino. At the end of the season, they'll all be gone. They will all be gone. So it is very much the end of a Premier League era. You know, when Ali does eventually go as well, when Virgil does eventually go as well, we'll have pretty much a new squad. So yeah, as they say, guys, as they say, out with the old, in with the new, and we'll see where this takes us, guys. We will see where this takes us. We'll slot play Alice. We'll slot play Mohammed Salah week in, week out now. Will he give him that decency, should I say, playing him week in, week out? You know, giving him as much time to cherish as possible, or will we still see him being rotated with the likes of Rio, with the likes of other players as well? I always try to educate myself on the history, not just about our club, but football. Facts, Vid, so do I. I'm the same here. Every supporter should know and learn the history of your football club. Exactly, AFC always will. Exactly. 06-07, Henry captain at the Emirates, first season he ever played. The Bergkamp testimonial, which was the first game played at the Emirates. Yeah, that's mad how people don't even know that. That is absolutely crazy, genuinely. It is crazy. It is crazy. Here's another. This is something that got me a bit shocked when I read it. So, Anfield did this and posted this out. So, Virgil van Dijk, Alisson, and Andrew Robertson are now the only three remaining players from Liverpool's Champions League winning side of 2019. With Robbo's deal up in the summer, it could only be two. And that was our team, guys. That was our team in that 2018 final. I remember it very, very well. What a team it was as well. Obviously, you've got Alisson, Virgil, and Mo, of course, still here for now. Mo, of course, is leaving. Mane, Robbo, of course, still here. Hendo, Trent, and Wijnaldum. And the fact that going into next season, the only ones that could be remaining are Alisson and Virgil. It's absolutely mental, man. And it's a reminder of how quickly time flies, isn't it? Because I remember only yesterday I was watching us lift the Champions League. I genuinely remember it like it was yesterday, and now it feels like it's like, where the hell did time go? Where the hell has time gone, people? That's how I look at it. Where the fuck has time gone? What a team, man. What a team. What a team, man. Ugh. Super Kev would be disgusted with her talking to Scrap. God bless him, RIP. Super Kevin Campbell. Rest in peace to the legendary Kevin Campbell. Vigilante, didn't Johan Cruyff play at the Bergkamp's testimonial? I'm sure he did. But guys, I'm seeing a lot of news, and I see a lot of people trying to make something out of this that I just don't like. You already seen people saying, "Oh, there's more to this than meets the eye. He's leaving because of a certain this has happened, this has happened." Let's just not do that. We did the same thing when Klopp left. When Klopp left, everyone said, "Oh, he's fell out with FSG, he's fell out with the owners. He's leaving because of that." It was nothing to do with that. The man was genuinely tired. Mohammed Salah is leaving Liverpool Football Club because, in his opinion, I feel he feels like he's reached the end of his tenure. He feels like he knows with his age, he's not got much left anyway at the highest level. And he doesn't want to leech off Liverpool Football Club. He does not want to leech off the club. And he doesn't want to be one of those players that just plays and fleeces us for the money. He doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So please, can we just stop with this whole, there's more to it than meets the eye. He's had a falling out somewhere. Maybe it is. But who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? It's not the time to be making conspiracies and that. It's the time to celebrate Mohamed Salah's time at Liverpool. It's the time to send him out in the correct manner as a legend. So please, can we stop this? You know, we did the same thing with Jurgen. Let's not do it again now with Mo. Let's just not. Always, I'm not really sure. I know Overmars was playing. We're so happy to see him again in the Arsenal shirt. Johan Cruyff. Yeah. Salah, 225 goals. Liverpool's third highest goal scorer. Is that correct? He is. AFC always, he is. But, you know, if he does regain his form, he can definitely, he's very capable of overtaking that. He's very, very capable of overtaking that. Big up, my brother Adam. Hope you're well, bro. Big up. Will Salah get a statue? Potentially. Although Gerrard never got one, to be fair. So I don't think he will, but I wouldn't be upset if he did get one. I'll put it that way. Big up Adam, of course. And yeah, end of an era, man. End of an era. Very shocking news. Like I said, I expected this announcement would come. I'm not dumb enough to sit here and say I was in denial. I expected Salah to stay next season. I'm not that type of guy. I knew that it was a 95% possibility that he was going to leave in the summer. I'm pretty sure we all felt that, even the rival fans were probably saying that as well. I'm not dumb enough to say that. I'm not. But I can't lie, I thought this announcement would be a little bit further down the line. The fact it's come on an international break or during the international break. The fact that it's come when I was actually going to have a day off today as well, other than the full-time vibes later. I was going to take a day off on my own channel. And now I've had to go live because of this news. I've had to go live, so it is what it is, man. You have other legends more deserving of a statue. So yeah, 100% Vidge. 100%, bro. I agree with you on that. Big up Vigilante, bro, and Cabbage. Big up Adam. 10 likes. Big up to everyone who's liked, man. Big up to every single person who has liked. And yeah, this is what I don't like, people. This is the bit that annoyed me the most. And Romano's reported it as well, so you know it's genuine. So, Liverpool to allow Mohammed Salah to leave on a free transfer, despite having his contract at the club valid until June 2027. Liverpool accepts Salah's desire to try a new chapter in his career after making history at Anfield. So I was kind of under the impression that he was going to go for a fee. I'll be honest. I was kind of under the impression that we would sell him to Saudi. We'd be able to get some money, invest it into our team, and bring in 2 or 3 new players, as Vidge told me as well before, which was the smart way to look at it. That's what I genuinely thought. But now it looks like we're not going to get nothing from him. It looks like he's going on a free, and we're not going to get no money, even though his contract's valid till 2027. I mean, what kind of stupid behaviour is this, man? What kind of stupid behaviour is this? We're not going to get nothing for him. We're not going to get nothing for him. Rocky Rollcastle should have a statue at the end, which 100%, Rich, 100%. We're going to get 0 piece for Mohammed Salah. Fuck me, man. I mean, talk about some bad business there. Oh, my God. That's kind of pissed me off to an extent, I'll be honest. Like, he's leaving, fair enough, all good, but... Oh, my God. Surely a Saudi club's going to buy him. Yeah, Vidge, it's nailed on, I think, for a Saudi club to buy him. I don't know, Al Hilal. Who else is there in this? Al Nazar. Someone will buy him in the Saudi Pro League. You know, and he will do well there because of who he is, because of his name. You know, he will... he'll become very, very popular over there, and he can genuinely become the face of that league. And plus, let's be honest, Mohammed Salah looks after himself very, very well. He's in a very, very good shape for a 34-year-old footballer. And if he maintains his fitness, he can continue to play for another 4 to 5 years. I think he's very similar to Ronaldo in the sense of he looks after his body really well. He's very, very fit. He's very rigorous, strict, makes sure he doesn't drop his standards. And he's very, very, well, let's be honest, he's very fit for a footballer. And I'm not saying that in a weird way. He can definitely continue if he maintains himself to a certain standard for another 3-4 years. I genuinely do. So it's nailed on for me, Saudi Arabia. I think we all know that. Sarkin could have at least got a decent amount of money for him. Yeah, bro, exactly. Could have got something for him. 100%. But yeah, obviously there's Salah's desire to try out a new career, a chapter in his career, sorry. After making history at Anfield, let's be honest, he's going to see out his career in Saudi Arabia for maybe 2 to 3 years, and then he'll probably retire after that. That's what we know will happen. He'll go over there for 2 years, 3 years maybe, play for one of their teams, and then retire as a player. He spent his prime years with us. That's all we can ask for, really. He spent his prime years for us. A very, very loyal servant to the club as well. When I look at certain players who weren't loyal down the years, you know, I can never look at Mo and think he was not a loyal player. He was very, very loyal to us. Very, very loyal. Again, let's give him that send-off, man. Let's just give the man the send-off that he deserves. And as for in the summer, with the new manager thing, with other things happening in the squad, changes-wise, it'll be very interesting to see who we will bring in as his replacement, as we will now need another right winger to replace him. That is very, very obvious. So yeah, Diomande, Elise, who's it going to be? Who is going to replace Salah in the summer? Who's it going to be? So I'm very, very intrigued as to what the club do from here. I'm very intrigued as to where we go as a club from here. And yeah, a legend in the game, man. A legend in the game. Love the guy to bitch. And it is sad, but it's the correct decision. It is the correct decision. I can't sit here and say it's not the right decision. I know a lot of Liverpool fans are probably going to sit here and say, or would sit here and say, we shouldn't be doing this, that. We need to keep him, etc. So look, end of the day, you never want to keep a player past an expiration date, especially a legend, because you hold a legend in such high esteem. You hold him in such to such high standards, should I say. A lot of people idolize legends in the game. They do. They genuinely idolize legends. And you don't want a legend to ruin his legacy. You don't. And if Salah stays next season, let's be honest, he's not going to be the same Salah. He's shown this season that he has declined. From how he was last year, from how good he was last year, this season he's shown a massive decline. He has. We can't say he's not. He's shown a big decline. And if we keep him next season, let's be honest, the decline is going to continue and it's going to get worse. And the man is going to be a shadow of the footballer he is. And we don't want that, because then that dampens his legacy. That ruins our look on him. You know what I'm saying? And then when he does eventually leave after that, we're all going to sit here and say Salah was a legend, but he had 3 or 4 bad years where he was terrible. He's throwing in the towel at the right time. I say throwing in the towel. That makes it sound like he's bottling it. He's not. He's throwing. Well, he's leaving at the correct time. He's made the right decision. And the fans are just going to have to accept that. Let's not abuse the guy. Let's not abuse him for leaving. Let's not do any of that, because that's not what Liverpool Football Club's about. We shouldn't be doing that. I know people did it with Trent. I didn't personally agree with it, but that's not what we should do. It's now the time to get behind the man. You know what I'm saying? Get behind the man. Support the man. Sing his song at the games, etc. Whatever. Just get behind the man. Hopefully that can spur him on as well, because he himself has been very poor this season. His standards for himself have been very, very poor. He's not held himself to the standards that he should be holding himself to. But maybe, just maybe, if we get behind him, he can ignite something for the last 2 months of the season. Just maybe. Just maybe. And like I said, for me, now I want to see us win a Champions League. I want to see us win that Champions League or an FA Cup. I want to see us win something. Genuinely. Because at the beginning of the season, I would have expected at least one of those big trophies. And now, with this news having broken, I'm still here sitting here expecting a trophy. I am now expecting a trophy. I'd come to terms with it, but now, fuck off, man. Fuck off. We have to win something. We have to. And yeah, so that's the news that broke today, guys. Mohammed Salah confirms at the end of the 2025-26 season, he will be departing Liverpool Football Club. Virgil van Dijk will be next, and Alisson Becker will be next. Let's be honest. I think they'll probably do one more year. Virgil will definitely do one more year, and then Virgil will probably depart as well in the summer of next year, 2027. And then Alisson, I think, will also depart too. Alisson might actually be the last one standing, guys. He might end up being the last one who stands and stays. He might be. So it's sad. Look, it's very sad. A lot of people idolize Salah. They've grown up with him being a Liverpool player. You know what I'm saying? I idolize the guy in the sense of, I think, coming from being a Chelsea reject, a player that Mourinho never wanted at Chelsea, being thrown out to the Serie A, Roma, rebuilding himself, getting that move to Liverpool, and then doing everything he did. He hasn't had it easy. Let's be honest, he hasn't had it easy in the Premier League. Even after breaking all the records he's broken, he still hasn't had it easy. He's still got a lot of haters. There's still a lot of people that don't give him his flowers. There just is, you know what I'm saying? There is. He's one of those players that no matter what he really does, no matter how much he breaks, no matter how much he proves himself year after year, there's always going to be hate towards him. You know what I'm saying? He did really well. He went from being a Chelsea reject to being a Liverpool legend and a Premier League legend. And he'll always be one of those. He will always be one of those. Like I said, I feel like we signed Isak to make up for them numbers. Isak, of course, being the goal scorer, will make up for the Salah numbers next season. So I feel like we'll probably end up getting some winger that no one's ever heard of, doing the Liverpool thing where we buy a player and turn him into a superstar. Will he ever reach the heights of a Mohammed Salah? Who knows? But of course, it's our job to back whoever he signed and back them to succeed as a player. But as for today, it's a day for me where rather than being upset, rather than crying and moaning about this. It's a day where we celebrate. You know, we celebrate the departing of a legend. We celebrate what a player the man's been for us, and we look at sending him off in the best way possible. That's what I look at it. That's how I want to look at it, as not as a sad thing, but as a celebratory thing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, people, it is what it is. We'll see what the rest of the season brings for Liverpool. We will see where we go from here. Can we win something big? Can we send the legend off with something big? Who knows? Who knows, man? Let's have a look. But yeah, guys, I had to do a stream. I could have waited till tomorrow to do this, but with the news having broken now, it was only right that I did a stream on it now while it's out there, because I probably would have forgotten most of what I wanted to say otherwise. So big up to every single one of you that has dropped in. I'm not exactly the happiest at the moment. I am upset regarding the news, but in my heart, I know it's the correct decision that we've made here. So I am going to head off, people. Big up to every single person around. Big up to every single person in the chat. I appreciate every single one of you. Big up you all. We'll be back we'll be back later on with the full-time vibes with King, Vidge, Rasta. So do stay tuned, people. We'll probably discuss a bit more about this on the full-time vibes as well with the rest of the lads. Be interesting to see their opinions on it as well. I know Vidge has been in the comments giving me a bit of how he feels on it. So it'll be interesting seeing what Rasta and King have to say about this as well. Rasta being a United fan is probably going to troll me, but it is what it is. And yeah, guys, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Do a wild call before we head off. Big up AFC always. Big up to my brother Vidge. Make sure you sub to my brother Vidge on his gaming channel and his regular channel. Big up to Adam. Big up to Gavin. Who else was in here? Am I missing someone? Big up to Wahaha. Big up to Night Tom Kid. Anyone else? It's a shame that Andre didn't pop in today, man. I would have loved to hear his take on this. Big up Danchum, being a fellow Liverpool fan. Big up to Danchum as well. Big up to my brother Abdul as well. Big up to every single one of you. Yeah, man. It's a shame Andre didn't pop up. I would have loved to hear his take on it. Oh, here he is. Here he is. He's arrived now. He's arrived. Big up, Andre. Gonna miss Mo, but it's time to go. It is. I'm gonna miss him as well next season. Gonna miss not seeing him in the dugout as a Liverpool player. But like you said, bro, it's the correct decision. It's the right thing to do. Who replaces him now, we'll see. What the club do, we'll see. Like I said, Andre, for me, now we have to win something big. We have to go out there and win something big for him and send him off in the correct manner. I did bring up some quotes as well, Andre, so if you want to go back and watch the stream, do have a look. I brought up some quotes regarding Salah's interview. Just a class guy, bro. Just a class man. Said everything perfectly. And we're going to miss him for sure. We are definitely going to miss him. But it is what it is, man. Let's just have a positive end to the season. And let's send Mohammed Salah off on a high, going off to his new chapter in Saudi Arabia. But big up to everyone. Big up, Andre. I do appreciate you dropping in, even though I am wrapping up. And I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Big up to you. I will be back later as well. So, yeah. Profit out. Up the Reds. Let's go. Let's send Salah on a high when the international break's over. Speak to you all soon. Bye for now.